So one thing that I see is pretty common when it comes to coaching my clients is mainly how do I address issues with my partner without it turning into a conflict or starting a fight. And this is very common. Like I almost feel like this is the pretty much the foundation of a lot of issues that couples are experiencing. It's like I want to talk about something, I want to express something, but I don't know how it's going to be received. I don't know if this is going to turn into something that it's bigger than what it really is. Just so many, frustrations around that for a lot of people. So you can imagine if you feel that way, more than likely you're going to find yourself kind of suffering in silence, maybe sweeping things under the rug, hoping that it'll get better. And so it's just in the long term, it kind of becomes a recipe for disaster. So I thought we'd discuss that today. Um, and so a lot of times, again, reasons why we get a little frustrated with trying to express ourselves, but then at the same time, we stop, trying to express ourselves because sometimes there's a fear of rejection. What if I say this and my partner doesn't agree or they disapprove? They don't align with what it is that I'm asking for, then that can feel, you can feel very defeated in a situation like that when you feel like you're going to be rejected in a situation. Another thing is a lot of times couples experience like defensiveness, between one another. You may start off saying something where you're already on defensive mode, or you may say something to your partner that might just produce some type of defensiveness in them. So a lot of times people avoid, addressing certain things too because they feel like it's going to lead to that. And then a lot of times too, it's just overall past experiences that you all have had. So because you've tried to bring up something before in the past and you noticed a pattern of how things typically go when you all try to address certain issues, then a lot of times, couples may find themselves just avoiding the topic altogether. And again, like I said, ultimately kind of suffering in silence. And so the thing that we have to address a lot of times is, well, how do we approach that, right? The thing is, we're all different people, and so one approach may not work for another person based off their personality and different things like that. But I want to give you some very basic tools that can be very beneficial no matter the type of relationship you're in. Now, again, if you are involved in a very abusive relationship, highly neglectful, whatever that looks like for you, then of course a lot of these things probably won't apply because the overall thought pattern of the person you're speaking with may not just necessarily, I don't want to say may not have the capacity, but they are operating in a space where it's just very difficult for them to understand cognitively or even be empathetic, to your needs because they just don't care about you. Now, if it's something that serious, then all honesty, you might need to take a step back and even ask yourself, am I even supposed to be in this relationship with this person at all? So I just wanted to put that out there first. But the biggest thing that we need to kind of address first and foremost is the tone and the delivery. Obviously, we go back to that quote that says it's not necessarily, what you say, but it's how you say it. Sounds very cliche, but it's very true. Okay, so if I was to deliver a statement that said, oh, you look really nice today, and I smile and I'm engaging, I'm also looking like I can be very approachable. That's going to sound very different than like, you look nice today. Like I'm questioning myself, I'm not sure of what it is that I'm saying. I'm saying the exact same thing, but the tone and the delivery is totally different. This is going to apply to when you talk with your partner about, some of the issues that you want to address. So again, when we talk about the tone, we want to think about also the tact and the wording that we're using. So when we speak in absolutes, typically that is a huge turnoff for a lot of people. So if you approach a conversation with, you never do this, you always do this, I never, get this from you, what have you, you've already opened up the door for your partner to become defensive. Okay, so that in itself kind of just starts the conversation off like all the way back here, as opposed to setting you all up for success. So instead of coming to your partner with, you never do this, you always do this, why don't you ever do this? then you can also say something like, I really appreciate when you do this. I really like how it brings us together. I really like how it connects us. So that sets your conversation up for more of a positive outlook and what can be achieved, as opposed to what's in the deficit or what's in the red. And so when you approach a conversation like that with your partner, you may find that you'll have more success, with addressing the issues, and hopefully not lead into a full-blown argument. A lot of times too, we have these unspoken expectations of our partners. We just assume that they're supposed to know, whether it's because we've been together for a long time or you feel like I've talked about this ad nauseum. I don't understand, why you're not getting this. So to combat that, you want to be as specific and clear as possible. And what I mean by that is, if you go to your partner and you say, I just need your support. I need you to understand me. I need you to love me unconditionally. What does that look like? So anytime you're talking to your partner, I want you to talk in terms of like you're painting a picture. So if you say, I need more support, what does support look like and in what context? So if it's support at home with the chores or with the children, say specifically what you would like. So for instance, say you all both get home in the evening after work around 6 o'clock, 6:30, and you have your children at home and you want some additional help with either cooking or cleaning, then say specifically what you would like throughout the week. So, hey babe, on Mondays, do you mind cooking dinner? That's it. Just very direct. This don't need the extra commentary, right? Don't need all the things that you're not doing or the things that you're doing incorrectly. It's just, babe, on Mondays, do you think that you could be responsible for cooking dinner or buying dinner? Great. Then it's very clear, it's very specific. Then your partner has a full understanding of what you're asking of them, and now it's on them to deliver it. That is it. Okay? And that's how you feel supported, because the more help you're getting around the house is you feeling supported. Now, if you need something else and it's not cooking around the house, then you need to make that very clear. So try your best not to tell your partner one specific thing and then they're trying to accomplish that, they're trying to do it, and now you've moved the goalposts. So let's just make sure that whatever it is that you're asking for, be clear about it, be upfront. Say for instance, the need did change. Maybe on Mondays you did need help with cooking, but on Tuesdays you were hoping that he can put the kids to bed. Didn't say that. On Mondays, babe, can you do the cooking and I put the kids to bed? On Tuesdays, I'll do the cooking and you put the kids to bed. How does that sound? Does that work, with our schedules? The answer is going to be either yes or no, okay? If it's yes, I got it, then allow your partner to follow through with it. Don't nitpick. Don't come back around. Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Nope. I've already said or asked for what it is that I want. Allow your partner to show up for you. Now, if for some reason they are not, fulfilling what it is that you've specifically asked for, then what you can also do is schedule some time to discuss some of the areas that you feel like you all are not fulfilling these things that you all have asked of each other, okay? So right on the spot, you don't have to yell at your partner or, demean them and say, you don't ever do this. I asked you to do this, and for some reason, you just still ain't doing it. What's wrong with you? It's crazy. What is it, right? Ask your partner, hey, you know what? On Wednesday, do you have about 10 minutes to sit down and chat? I wanted to just kind of discuss our household chores and then the children. That's it. So Wednesday, 7 o'clock, 10 minutes. That's it. I just want to talk about our schedules because I think somewhere along the line we have something mixed up. Okay, boom. We meet. Hey, babe. I remember that I had asked you to cook on Mondays and then put the kids to bed on Tuesday. And so I noticed that you didn't get around to doing it this week. Is there a particular reason why? And then wait for the response, okay? If the response is something like, I've been really tired and I got a lot going on at work and everything, okay, I totally understand that, So instead of throwing it back at them like, well, I go to work too, and I do this too, and so, but I can make it work. Why can't you make it work? We're gonna scratch that and say, I totally hear what you're saying, okay? But the next week, let's start over, and I would really like if you can cook on Mondays and put the kids to bed on Tuesday, by any chance do you think there's a possibility you will not be able to carry that out? If your partner says, no, it'll be fine this week, I'm good, I got it this week, my bad, it's just been a crazy week, but I got it. Okay, cool, got you. Now, if for some reason they're saying, yeah, see, I don't know if I can commit to that. Okay, now we have a different conversation, right? So what you can lead into is, babe, I'll be honest, I really feel very supported when you're able to cook dinner on Mondays, and I take care of the children going to bed on Mondays, and then on Tuesdays you put the kids to bed and I cook. I feel a lot more supported, I feel a lot more relaxed, and I feel a lot more connected to you because we're able to talk about what it is that we need, and we're able to show up for each other in that way. Do you feel that that's still something you're going to have some difficulty with? And I want you to just look at my face, right? Like, I'm not getting loud, I'm not getting overly emotional, I'm not, throwing my hands up in despair, like I'm done with this. I'm not doing that, right? I'm just being very clear, direct in what it is that I desire. Now, can you deliver that or not? And if you're unable to, or if there's some barriers, can you provide some suggestions of another way that we can go about this and allow your partner to speak on that? Again, we're just adults speaking to each other, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to be your mother or your dad. I'm just putting out, the information and what it is that I need. And I want to see if you're able to accommodate that. If for some reason you aren't, I would definitely love to hear your suggestions. And that's it, okay? If for some reason there are no suggestions, there's always an excuse, then again, we have a different conversation, because now we're not taking ownership and responsibility of the role we play in a relationship. A relationship is more than one person, so everyone plays a role, okay? And so again, how I'm delivering it makes a huge difference. My tone, okay, even though I'm probably looking like I'm serious, right? Because I am, but at the same time, I'm not getting angry. I'm not getting loud about it. I'm going to speak on it, and I'm going to allow you to show up for me in that way. If for some reason you're unable to deliver, I'm not going to chew your head off. I just want to have a discussion as to what the barrier might be. And then I want to get to the root of the issue. Now, after that, if we're still having that issue, then this is something that's deeper. Maybe this is something that we need to explore with a counselor or a therapist, or maybe we need to reevaluate our relationship. What is the problem? What's the thing that's blocking us from wanting to show up for each other in that way? Okay. I statements. I talk about this a lot with my clients. I statements. I statements is telling your partner how you feel about a particular situation, what it is that they're doing, and what you would like for them to do moving forward. Okay. So I feel this way. So I might feel frustrated. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling dismissed. Because you do, and you fill in the blank. Okay, so again, we're not going to use absolutes. You're just making a statement. I feel very frustrated when I ask something of you and you tell me that you're going to do it and you don't follow through. I would really, really appreciate that when we discuss something and you say that you're going to do it that day or that week, that you actually do it. That is an I statement. Okay, again, it's very clear, it's very specific. Now, again, no extra commentary. We don't need to add all of the colorful words and, you ain't right, you a deadbeat, or, you a hot mess, you always hanging out, with your friends and doing X, Y, Z. All of that stays in your head, okay? Like I used to work with kids, as a school social worker, and I would say that's a red thought. Red thoughts stay up here. They don't come out of here. They just stay right here. But the green thoughts, are the ones that we can express to whoever it is that we're speaking to. So yes, I want to express how I feel, and I want to use words that explain an emotion. Okay, so I feel frustrated, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel dismissed. Whatever that is, that's the word you're going to use. You're going to say specifically what it is that your partner is doing. Specific. I feel misunderstood when I express myself. You say that you understand, but then you don't follow through with the task at hand. So then I feel misunderstood. I would really like for you to understand me more by asking me questions, direct questions, so you can get more clarification. That's an I statement, okay? And so I definitely want you all to try to implement more I statements in your conversations. Do not add sarcasm to your I statements. Do not add the colorful words that we know puts people on defensive and makes them angry and makes them triggered. Do not do that. That's not the goal. The goal is to reconnect and to be able to share our feelings and what it is that we desire without being argumentative. Okay. And then let's kind of talk a little bit more too about focusing on the positive outcome. So again, the goal to reconnection, again, instead of saying, you know what, I feel like you don't fully understand me, I want you to support me more. All of those things sound really beautiful until it comes down to someone taking that information and trying to figure out how to apply it if they don't know specifically what you're talking about. So again, if I want to feel more connected to someone, I am not going to focus on what they're doing wrong. I'm actually going to take what they're not doing and turn it into a positive. So for instance, if I want more quality time, instead of saying, you never spend quality time with me, I'm going to focus on, I really enjoy when we spend quality time together at least once a week for about 30 minutes to an hour a week. That really makes me feel so much more connected to you. If your partner genuinely wants your relationship and cares about you, that's going to make them feel a little bit more seen, and they're going to feel a little bit more appreciated if you say, I really like when we spend time together, me and you. I love that. I feel like it helps me to feel connected to you, and I think it just helps us feel connected in general. And I would really like more of that. Can we schedule some time for quality time? If your partner says yes, then great. Let's take out our phones and look at the next available time and put it on a calendar. We're not going to just throw it out there into the atmosphere and hope it sticks. No, we're going to actually put it down somewhere and we're going to stay committed to it. Okay? And then another thing is, one thing, again, I used to be a school social worker. So a lot of things that teachers used to do with students in classrooms is modifying different assignments to meet children where they were. And so another way to do that is to check for understanding. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to check and make sure that our partner fully understands what we're saying. So if I say that I would enjoy more quality time with you, and you ask your partner, you know, do you fully understand, you know, when I ask for quality time, do you know what that means? Say your partner says yes. Okay, great. Then if your partner says yes, I definitely understand more quality time, you can also ask them, okay, babe, what's your definition of quality time? And then let them give it to you. Because their definition of quality time might just be, we're in the house together and we're sitting on the couch and we're watching a movie. Your definition of quality time could be TV's off, phones face down. You all are actually interacting with each other through conversation, asking each other how your day was, making plans together, sharing your thoughts and feelings about things. That's why it's so important to check for understanding. So that's the last thing I would definitely say in regards to how to kind of help you guys deal with conflict in a more constructive way. But again, how to express your needs without it leading to this big argument or this fight. So tell me your thoughts, share your thoughts with me, you guys. Tell me some of the things that maybe you've had challenges with when it comes to expressing your feelings to your partner and why you feel like you're consistently having this issue. Also, let me know if these are some things that you've tried and you're still feeling like you're hitting a brick wall, so that we can figure out what's going on there. Like what's the barrier there? I definitely want to help you all work through that. And also, again, as always, everything that I'm sharing, you know, a lot of times in these videos are actually in my book that you can get on Amazon, you guys, The Intimacy Guru. Again, I'm so proud of this book. Okay, this has been out now for a little over a year, And the reason why I'm so proud of this book is because you see this, you all, this book is small. Look at that, small. It is not a lot of pages. I literally break down so much stuff that's beneficial for your relationship in this small book. I practice this a lot. I've been really practicing how do I drive home a message in the least amount of words, okay? Because a lot of folks ain't got time. They don't have the attention spans, nor do they have the energy. But I'm trying to make sure y'all get it in this book. So make sure you grab that on Amazon. The Intimacy Guru, type in angielee.com. Okay? Alrighty, you guys.